Hello and welcome to my Bioshock Infinite Bucking Bronco video. So this is a video that will go over bucking Bronco. I'm going to kind of let some of these enemies come to me and pick off a few of them because this area is kind of out in the open. So bucking Bronco creates a shockwave that can travel through terrain and objects. So if an enemy was behind this trash can, you could lift them up. What it does is it knocks enemies up in the air and suspends them. It has two upgrades. The first upgrade allows you to have bucking Bronco chain between enemies. The second upgrade increases the duration. Both are really strong. This is one of the cheaper vigors in the game. So if you want to use a vigor multiple times in combat, especially for extended fights, this is one of the better vigors for that. Alright, so some other things about bucking Bronco. It applies vulnerability on enemies. Does not do anything to machines. It can put vulnerability on motorized patriots, but it will not suspend them. Also, enemies that are suspended will be moved when shot. So if you shoot them while they're being suspended, they will be pushed. So you can suspend an enemy near a cliff or a pitfall and then shoot them, and they will fall over the cliff. So let me kill these motor boys here really quick, so I can actually use the vigor. So in this case, these enemies are way too far away to hit with bucking Bronco, so I'm just going to pick off some of the tankier enemies before I actually go in. Just gonna wait for a second. Just be patient. Alright, so we took out a few of them. We'll spawn our little mosquito. Alright, so I would say bucking Bronco is really good at like close to medium range. So you can kind of see here, you can float a dude. You can hit him with a shell from the volley gun, kill them on 1999 mode in like 1 to 2 hits. It's pretty powerful. When the enemy dies, they'll kind of like plummet down back to earth. So you can hit multiple enemies with this. There's mosquito going. We're just kind of taking our time with this fight because there's a lot of enemies here. Okay, let's see. Can we get her with this? No, we can't. So you do need a straight line. So that is important. So there's no physical path between where I was using that and the enemy, so it's not able to hit her.
Open it.
Let's try. So we were able to get her once we had a line. So it can't travel between pitfalls, but it can travel like upstairs, for example, or through objects. So if I just kind of, okay, I can keep summoning this mosquito infinitely. Let me pick off a few of these. That's a bad shot. That's a good shot. Alright. So some of these enemies are kind of hanging back. So this is mostly good at close to medium range. You can kind of see here. You can completely control groups of enemies with this. It's very powerful. Both the upgrades are worth it. So the damage scaling on vulnerable enemies is pretty good. You can also headshot them while they're floating, so that's also a big upside to using it. In 1999 mode, bucking Bronco is really good at just defending an area because any enemy that pushes you is guaranteed to get suspended and die. Dude have a sniper rifle. Alright. He didn't, because I didn't take that much damage, but... Alright, there's probably... Let's figure out where the enemies are. Summon the mosquito. Still playing combat music, so there's still enemies. Okay, he's this far. Let's see if I can get him. Alright, he's a little too far. Still too far. We're able to get him. So that's bucking Bronco. I'm going to be going over vigor combos in a separate video. I just wanted to go over the basics in this video. Overall, it's really good. I like how cheap it is. There isn't an upgrade to reduce the cost, but the cost is so low. I think this is actually the cheapest vigor in the game. But it's also one of the best too, because putting vulnerability on enemies and suspending them, letting you knock them off the cliff, deal damage to them, just crowd control them, is very, very strong in this game. It's not so good against machines or motorized patriots, but it can put vulnerability on motorized patriots. I don't really recommend doing this, like using it on motorized patriots. There's better things to use on those. But yeah, bucking Bronco is definitely worth investing in, even in 1999 mode. It's a really strong vigor. Nothing bad to say about it. Obviously, the range thing can be an issue, but if you have a long-range weapon like a hand cannon or a sniper rifle, you can just kind of pick off enemies that are out of your vigor's range and then Just kind of run up, you know, flank them, run up, and then start getting bucking Broncos off and fuck them up pretty bad. So yeah, that's the end of this one. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you in the next one.